welcome to episode 29 of the Pixel Street Podcast, where each and every week we get together to talk about one of the things we love most, video games. As always, I'm one of your hosts, John Hanston, and I'm joined by Joel Campos. How are you today, Joel?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. I was a little sick this morning, but I was able to work from home today, which is nice.
That is nice. Just so everyone knows, whoever's watching, this week we are running a little bit of a longer podcast to make up for not doing one last week. We're planning for an hour and a half. We'll see if we actually get there or not. But
yeah, our schedules were kind of out of sync for a while there, especially because I needed to get a new car because my car broke. So that's why I wasn't able to do it last week. And then that ran into Friday when I finally actually got a new car. But yeah.
Man, things got crazy. This week, we're going to be discussing some Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC, Trump blaming video games for gun violence, and a new Overwatch Hero. As always, you can get our podcast on most podcast platforms on Mondays, as well as on YouTube, or you can watch us record the show normally live on Thursday nights. We're changing it up just this week. Let's get to the news coming out this week, or new release out this week. This week.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of them are last week, and then we're gonna go into next week like we normally would. Yeah. But yeah, so we'll each take a day and we'll rotate from there. How does that sound? So on February 23rd of 2018, we had Yume Nikki Dream Diary for PC, Tokitori 2 Plus for the Switch, Twin Robots Ultimate Edition for the Switch, Past Cure for PS4, Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet for PS4, the Final Station for Switch, and Conrad the Kitten for PS4, which is a very interesting game title.
Any of those interest you?
No, I don't think I've heard of any of them.
I've watched Sword Art Online, which is, I think, a pretty popular anime. I really enjoyed it. I've always wondered how well a game would be. I've heard in the past their games aren't great, but I'm interested to give that a try. The Final Station, I want to say I got for free during E3 last year, just for watching the Xbox conference on Mixer. They were like giving out codes and everything.
Okay, yeah, then I think I must have that one too, because I got that whole package of what they were giving out.
Yeah, it's not really fun or anything. On the 25th, we had Part-Time UFO come out for Android and iOS, and while I haven't really looked at this, I think I saw that it's actually made by the people that made Kirby.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I would have to actually look that up, but yeah, I don't think it's by the studio, but I think some of the people that worked on Kirby originally.
Okay, right on.
We'll take the 26th as well.
Okay, that's fine. Go
since
ahead.
I like one there. Never Stop Sneaking on PC, and Go Morse Go Arcade Edition for PC and Mac.
Yeah, I've not heard of either of those.
No idea.
On February 27th of 2018, we had Payday 2 for the Switch, which was kind of a bigger game to come to Switch to be ported. Heroin Anthem Zero Episode 1. 1 second. Sorry. Puyo Puyo Tetris for PC, which is pretty surprising that it is just coming to PC now, because I thought that game had been out for a while now, but I guess it just never made its way to PC until now.
It was only on Switch.
Yeah. No, it was also on PS4.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Well. Yeah. But I think it came out in Japan like a few years ago, and I think now they're just finally bringing it to the US. But also we have Moss for PS4, which I believe is that a VR game? I'm not entirely sure on that, but I feel like it is a VR game. I'll have to look into it. Gravel for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Blasters of the Universe for PS4, which is a great name. Crypt of the Serpent King for PS4. De Blob 2 for PS4. Don't Knock Twice for PS4. Immortal Redneck for PS4, another great name. Jetomero, Hero of the Universe for PS4. 2 games with the word universe in the title. All right. Mulaka for PS4 and Switch. Riftstar Raiders for PS4 and Shiny for PS4.
Looks like a lot of indie games on the PS4.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. But I mean, I was reading on Twitter, somebody said that they really liked Moss. So I don't know. Hold on, let me look that up if that's a VR game or not. I'm not entirely
Okay.
sure what it is.
Have you ever played Payday 2?
I played it on PC a bit, but yeah, I got it too late because I got it when it was on sale with like a Steam sale.
Hmm.
Oh yes, so Moss is not a VR game; it's just a PS4 game, but it looks like the graphics are pretty cool. I know that that was one of the games that they were showing at E3 last year, but yeah, back to Payday 2. Like I liked what I did play of it on PC, but I don't know if I'll pay full price to get it on Switch. Just because
Yeah.
I feel like the player base has died down a lot on PC really quick, so I don't
Are they
see.
actually selling it full price?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Even if it's like I'm saying, like even if it's like $40, I don't think I'd pay that much.
Okay. Yeah. I played like one night of Payday 2 on Xbox when I had Game Pass, and it was just okay. I mean, it was pretty fun with friends. I don't think it'd be ever something that I'd really want on my Switch. Also, what I've heard is that it's kind of behind on all of its updates and everything compared to the other versions. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. But oh yeah, so GameStop has Payday 2 for Switch for $50,
yeah,
which
that's too
definitely
much.
is not worth it. I mean,
How old is
even
that game?
even $40 is a stretch for that game.
Yeah, that game came out a while ago, didn't it?
2013, August 13th of
Yeah,
2013.
yeah, no. There's no way I would
That
pay that much for that.
it's a 5-year-old game. Not worth it at all.
No. Okay, moving on. Today we had Bridge Constructor Portal come out for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Gamer Career Tycoon. That sounds like fun. For PC. Skullgirl's second encore for the Vita, and Perfect Angle for PS4.
Yeah, that is Angle as well. I thought it was a typo. I thought it was supposed to be Angel, but no, it is Angle. Coming out March 1st, 2018, which would be oh wow, tomorrow. Okay. Short month this month.
Yep,
Um, we have Subsurface Circular for Switch, Totes the Goat for Switch, great name.
that is
Detention
great.
for Switch, Paper Wars Cannon Fodder Devastated for Switch, Damascus Gear Operation Tokyo for the Switch, A Whole New World, whole spelled like I don't know, like a hole in the ground. Little Triangle for Switch, a normal lost phone for Switch, Arcade Archives Star Force for the Switch, the Packet Queen hashtag for the Switch. I don't know if that's supposed to be the Packet Queen number, but it's a hashtag in the title. And then we have two PS4 games with Bulb Boy and Siam Speedrunners from Hell. Yeah, so Thursday seems to be the day that a lot of Switch indie games get dropped.
Yeah, for sure. And can we just like start like keeping track of like our favorite names? Because I absolutely love Paper Wars, Cannon Fodder, Devastated. Like that's amazing.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I like Totes the Goat as well.
Yeah, Toast the Goats is pretty good too. I'll take the next two. On March 2nd, we have Super Toy Cars coming to Switch. And on March 6th, we have Bravo Team for the PS4, Scribble Knots Showdown for the Switch, Life is Strange Before the Storm, or I'm guessing that's the disc version.
Yeah, I think that's physical.
Okay, that's the physical version on Xbox One and PS4. Fear Effect Sedna on the Switch and PS4, Super Seducer for PC and Mac, North for the Switch, and Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition for PC.
Yeah,
And
these game developers are on point with their names. These
yeah,
these
this
2
is a
weeks.
good week for games or names.
Yeah. Last but not least, on March 8th, we have Don Maku Unlimited coming out for the Switch. Yeah, that pretty much does it. Xbox One backwards compatibility. I forgot to look this up.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's been any since this one that I put up there.
I know that there was some Xbox One X enhanced news.
I actually have that in the news. I put that in. So
All right, cool. Yeah. So I don't think there's any new. Well, actually, I think Crackdown 1 is one of the ones that was added. 'Cause I don't think that was on the backwards compatibility list before the X enhancements.
I want to say at least one of them were. I don't know. But on February 13th, Prey and Mafia 2 came the Xbox One backwards compatibility. I've never played either of those, so I know some people were excited for Mafia 2 to come to it. You all right there, Joel?
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm looking up the backwards compatibility list, but
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never played Prey. I played the reboot that came out last year, but I don't think that had anything to do with the original Prey. Do you know?
so I never played any of the Prey games, but I'm pretty sure the new Prey game was kind of a reboot of the whole universe, so I don't think they're related. I mean,
I want to say,
I'm sure that there's some sort of like connection in terms of maybe like there's one character that's in both, but
yeah, what I want to say is that I remember hearing one of the developers talking at E3 a couple years ago, and they said that they were trying to find a name for that game, and Bethesda owned the rights to Prey, and they just had no plans on making a new Prey game. So they were kind of like, well, here, use this. So they just threw the name on there. I could be wrong. I just want to say I remember them saying that.
okay, that makes sense. So since Mafia 2 and Prey, they have added Vanquish for the Xbox 360, Laura Croft, it says GOL, I forget what the name of the title is.
Guardian of Light.
Yeah, Guardian of Light. They've added Brave, the video game, because that was one of the games.
Oh yeah, that's a free game.
Yep, and Crackdown 1 is the newest one added.
Okay, so all right, cool.
So yeah, feel free to go get all those. Yeah, I loved Crackdown 1 is one of my favorite games of all time.
All right.
And I remember back in the day, me and my friends, we got it obviously because we wanted the Halo 3 beta because that was included in that.
Mm-hmm.
And none of us knew how much we were going to actually really enjoy Crackdown, but it's a great game.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm not too sold on Crackdown 3 yet, but Crackdown Fun for the time was a lot of fun, I thought. The only thing that didn't catch me about it was all of the orb collecting, because like I really get tired on collectathons after a while. Otherwise, it was a lot of fun.
So, yeah, I agree. Crackdown 3 has not sold me yet. I mean, obviously, I'm going to get it with Games Pass, like I'm sure most people will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that game turns out well, but who knows, honestly, at this point. But having too much Terry Crews can never be a bad thing.
No.
Crackdown 1, I played countless hours with my friends online. The orb collecting, I was never too fond of myself either. But I mean, it was literally just something. The way me and my friends took it is something to do when we were messing around online. Is just trying to find orbs together. But yeah, the co-op connectivity in that game was pretty awesome. I had never owned 2, I don't think. So I'd be interested to go through and play through 1 and 2 again. Yeah, I think that's probably why I never played it, is because I had a friend who was super into it as well, and he got it, and he said he didn't like it as much as the first one.
Gotcha. Going back quick to that, you brought up Xbox Game Pass, and with all the new games coming there, I'm kind of wondering how that's really going to mess with the sales numbers for all these new games coming to Xbox. Like, no one's actually going to get a clear reading, I don't think, on who's actually, well, okay, I guess they could look in and see who's actively playing the most and everything, but there's not actually going to be any actual sales numbers because all they're doing is buying Game Pass. They're not actually buying the game itself. So,
well, I mean, sales numbers are already kind of messed up because they don't include digital, which I think is one of the most, it's like one of the flawed things of it. But honestly, because like first party games don't really share that much about how much they sell. Yeah. I think Horizon is one of the exceptions lately, just because of how well it did. They probably just want to be like, "Hey, this did really well," just to kind of
have that in the news for later on.
Yeah, we'll get to that more later. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to hurt them because there's going to be hundreds of thousands of people who sign up for Game Pass, say this month for Sea of Thieves, and then they're going to forget next month and then get charged for it. So I mean, that's how predatory the whole marketing system is. That's why things like Netflix work so well, because how many people do you know that have Netflix that like rarely use it?
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yep, me too. Like I pay for Netflix, but I don't necessarily use it every day. I'm sure that there have been months, 3 months in a row where I haven't used it, but I just like knowing that I have it to fall back on if I want to.
Just the convenience of it. I got you. Makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I like the whole Game Pass thing. I think is going to work out. I actually hope it works out because it benefits me as somebody who would benefit from it, by playing all the games that are coming out because I mainly play on my Xbox.
Gotcha. What you been playing this week, Joel? Or last 2 weeks?
So I've been playing some Monster Hunter World. I think I'm like 20 or 21 hours into the game now. It's really fun, man. I got to a part in the story where it's kind of grindy though, where you're looking for a certain monster's tracks, and they're just kind of hard to come by. Like it's meant for you to be like, all right, go do some side quests or whatever, and then you'll continue the story. But mainly at this point, like like all my friends have beaten the story and they're killing like elder dragons and whatnot, so they're all doing like end game stuff, whereas I'm stuck back here and nobody necessarily wants to come back and help me do these side missions that they've already done. So I mean, I'm just at the point where I just want the story to be done so that I can kill these elder dragons with my friends. But I mean, it's fun. I'm having fun with it. The game you learn more and more about that game every time you play it, which is pretty awesome, because when I first started playing it, I didn't necessarily like it that much because I thought that it was just kind of grindy, to be honest.
Personally, yeah, I don't think I've touched that game in a month. Maybe I need to give it that extra try. Like you said, you started out and you didn't like it that much, but it just never caught me. And I've had other games to play, so I never went back to it.
Yeah, it's definitely a grind. You definitely have to have the time to put into it. But I think that a lot of people are still playing it. I'm sure a lot of people have stopped playing it as well. I think a lot of people got burned out on it real quick. Like I have a friend on my friends list who literally put maybe a few $100s into it and just stopped in the first few weeks, which is insane to me. I don't know how you could put that much time into a game so quick, but yeah. I mean, I'll definitely be playing more of it. I'll play it out to the end and see what the end game's like. But I don't think that this is something I'm going to be playing come Sea of Thieves time. Because I think as soon as Sea of Thieves comes out, you have that, and then you have Far Cry coming out the month after that.
Oh yeah, and even though I've never played Far Cry, I'm really excited for this new one.
Oh yeah, you should. I would recommend you play a Far Cry game.
Yeah, I want to give 3 a try.
Yeah, 3 I think is my favorite of them all. 4 is pretty good. I never played Primal though.
Yeah, Primal, the caveman thing doesn't really interest me.
Yeah, me either. I think that's why I never played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely give Far Cry 3 a try, and definitely play more Monster Hunter because it is fun. Especially if you have people on your friends list that play it, that's definitely the way to play it. It's definitely intended to be played with people online.
Have they fixed it up at all with all
no, that? I mean, like, it all works fine now. Like the whole system all works. It's just annoying to get in and out of people's games and stuff still.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, if you're playing, because I've been playing like streaming the game, and we'll have like a full lobby, I guess you could say. But the lobby doesn't necessarily mean everybody's doing the same thing. So you could just post a quest and random people will join you from there. But I mean, if you're in a full lobby, you're fine. You can always join a random lobby that has people in it. You don't necessarily have to know the people. But yeah, I mean, I found a lot of people to be really helpful in that game, and nobody's really been an asshole to me in it. So the community the community within it is pretty cool. But yeah, it's definitely not like a Call of Duty community or anything that's pretty
toxic.
Yeah, it's pretty toxic.
Gotcha.
But yeah, definitely try out Monster Hunter some more. I'd recommend it.
All right.
What have you been playing?
What did I put up? Oh yeah. Overwatch. We're going to be getting into some Overwatch news later on, but the comp season ended last Friday or Saturday, I want to say.
What was your rank?
I ended at 3342, which is a little lower than what mine usually is. I'm usually in the 3400, 3500 area, but I also got placed a lot lower than I usually do. So I actually climbed.
I'm trying to think, what level is that? Don't they have like
Diamond,
gold, platinum, diamond? Oh, okay. I don't think I ever made it to diamond.
Diamond is 3000 to 3499. Masters is 3500 to 3999.
Is Master the highest one?
Grandmaster is 4000 and up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. My highest ever has been like 3780, I want to say. It's been a while since I've been that high, but yeah, usually what I do is I jump in and out of Master and Diamond. I just kind of am in that middle area there. So I'm hoping to make a pretty good run back towards Masters. The Lunar event has been going on for a while. The competitive capture the flag that they added in, I think last time we podcasted, I said it wasn't great. I don't think I've even touched it since then. No interest there. The loot boxes have not been kind to me. I've gotten 2 skins, but like a ton of sprays and everything. That's actually something we're going to talk about later on too. Yeah, I mean, just more Overwatch for me.
Yeah, I haven't touched the game in quite some time, to be honest with you, but I don't know. It's just one of those games that's always going to be there whenever I want to go back.
Yeah, it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah, so I've also been playing Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm like towards the end of the game now. I'd say probably 1 to 3 hours away from the end.
You would guess?
And yeah, I would guess.
You've put in
how many hours?
Yeah.
I think the last time I opened my save last night, and I played like 3 hours yesterday. I want to say it was close to 25, so I'm probably closer to 30 now.
Okay.
But I've pretty much given up doing side quests. The only time I do side quests now is if I like right now the recommended level for the story mission I'm on is 35, and I'm only a level 33. Mm-hmm. So I'm just doing some side quests to get up to like 34 before I try and do the mission. But the story is really good. The graphics. Yesterday I was playing on my 4K TV for like the 3 hours I was playing, and it just looks so nice on the Xbox One X in 4K. Yeah. I mean, I think I need to start playing more video games on my TV in my living room than on my monitor because it looks so nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't know if I told you. I actually ended up getting an Xbox One X.
Oh, you did? Finally. Nice. What do you think?
I got one. I don't have a 4K TV yet or anything, but
I mean, that doesn't matter. You can still tell a difference.
Yeah, there is definitely a difference in just how the way the games run and everything. What was I going to ask? With the level system in that, would you say like it's pretty lenient? I know there's some games that like they'll say level 35 required, but you could like beat it at 30 if you really had skill or anything.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely need skill to beat it because I know yesterday when I started playing, I was 2 levels below the quest I needed to do, and I had to kill some sort of boss, and it was really hard. It took me a lot of tries, and my girlfriend was getting frustrated at me.
Okay, so it's a little more strict.
Yeah, it's a little more strict in that sense. So I mean, I think mainlining that game would be kind of difficult if that's what you're getting at. Mm-hmm. You definitely need to do some side stuff to level up.
Is there any benefit to doing side quests besides experience or whatever you use to level up?
I mean, the side quests, they'll give you good gear because you need better gear. Like the gear system in that game is like, I'd say Destiny in a way where, you have purples, you have golds for like legendary weapons and whatnot. But the side quests themselves are pretty good. I found, some side quests are just basic where it's like, hey, go kill this guy for me. He was ruining my stuff. And then you do that and you just turn it in. But there are some side quests that will lead into like 6 or 7 side quests. And it has like a true story within that side quest that I wasn't expecting doing any side quests. Because I don't play many RPGs myself. But I thought that was impressive. Because I think the last RPG I played, oh man, I want to say it was maybe Assassin's Creed 2. And I feel like the side quests in that game weren't that full-fledged. But now it seems like the side quests actually have a purpose in terms of unveiling a new story. Like I actually care about some of them.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely still need to give that a try. I've just been playing so many other things.
Oh yeah, I completely understand.
My next game is I started playing Snipper Clips with my daughter.
I think I saw that on YouTube. Did you post it?
Yep,
I saw it somewhere.
I've got 2 videos up so far. I've got a 3rd one that I'm editing right now.
How frustrating is that?
So far, playing with a 5-year-old, there's moments. So far, we've gotten all the way through the first, I don't know what you would call it, world chapter or whatever, there was only one task that we had to skip because I didn't know how to do it. Other than that, I mean, it's just annoying telling her turn left. Nope, that's right. She hasn't gotten her directions down yet, but I mean, I expect that with her. It's been a lot of fun playing with her. She really enjoys it. I think she likes the characters. They're cute for her, and she likes cutting me up all the time. It's a lot of fun. I remember talking to you and you saying that it gets harder, so I'm kind of waiting to hit that wall where it's me and her, we just can't go any further. But so far, it's been a lot of fun. And if you have any kids that are interested in video games, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, that game is definitely a game to play with your kids. I would agree with that. It's because it's kind of a learning experience. Like you said, your daughter doesn't know her directions yet. That might help in some way, because just associating it with that game might just help her learn, her left from right. But it's definitely a team building exercise, I'd say.
Yeah,
as well.
No, a lot of fun, a lot of communication needed. If anyone ever wants to check it out, like I said, I've been putting up videos of me and her playing it on my YouTube channel, Ryback Shadows.
Shameless plug. So the last game I played this past week was I got Madden 18 with EA Access, and I played through the story mode. I played one online match, and it got really laggy, and I lost because of it, and it was really frustrating me.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up playing through the whole Madden 18 story mode in one sitting, which was about 3 hours and 40 minutes or so. And it's a pretty good story. It is not what I was expecting at all. Like I was expecting, just a story of a kid who, plays football in high school, is really good, goes to college, then makes it to the NFL eventually. But this is a completely different story, and it's really well thought out. There's a lot of emotion in it, which is good. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it's not necessarily, it's kind of like a Telltale game in a way, but you also at the same time have to actually play Madden at certain points throughout the story.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's kind of a mixture of both, which I think is really cool. I mean, a Madden Telltale game, that intrigues me, and it was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot.
I've had Madden for a little bit now. I haven't given the story a try. I mostly just play Madden games for franchise mode. But my thing with long shot is what it's called is I love story games. I don't want story games in my sports games. Like it doesn't interest me. There was one NBA 2K game that I tried that had its story mode in it, and it lets you make a character and everything. That's cool and everything, but then it completely chooses what kind of character it is. Like you have no real impact on.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the NBA 2K where it's like they just introduce you like your arch nemesis right away, and but it's also like you're using your own created player, and that's like the career mode, right?
Yeah.
See, I like this a little bit better because in Madden 18 you can have your own career mode, which doesn't have any story at all, which is just you playing games and I guess making your way to the top of the league. But then in this story mode, it's like a completely separate story with you don't create your own character. It's essentially just playing, I don't know, any single player story. They just have the characters all set up. They're just trying to tell you a story. And the story, I think, is interesting enough that they can get away with it. It's not just your basic story like I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's kind of what I figured it would be.
I thought that it was going to be like, I don't know, like some Friday Night Lights story, but it really isn't. It's really interesting.
All right, maybe I'll have to give it a try sometime.
Yeah, I highly recommend trying it out.
Next game I've been playing is Split Second. It was free on Xbox, I want to say last month. Pretty fun game. It's a 360 game. Of course, it's backwards compatible. It's made by Disney. It's really kind of gave me some Burnout vibes, although you're not actively trying to crash your opponents. You are setting up explosions ahead of them so that when they're driving by, you want to blow them up. It was a lot of fun. I really see myself playing more of it. It's kind of addicting. Other than that, I've been playing more Dragon Ball FighterZ, trying to get through the story more in that one. The story is just mediocre.
How long is the story mode in there?
I'm not too sure. I would guess I'm about halfway through because there are 3 different arcs you go through. The first one is the Super Warrior arc, which is the main good guys. The one I'm on now is all the bad guys, so like Frieza, Cell, and all them teaming up. I don't know what the 3rd arc is yet, but it's just not interesting to me at all. I'm trying my best to power through it, but God, it is. I do not care for that story. The fighting in Dragon Ball FighterZ, so I think is pretty good. That's coming from a guy that doesn't play fighting games really. It's enjoyable, but yeah, that story mode is not good. And then my last game I've been playing here within the last week is Life is Strange Before the Storm. Did you ever play the first one?
Yeah, I played through the first one. I was actually going to ask you what you thought of this one. Did you play through the whole thing, or?
I'm actually planning on playing the last episode tonight.
Oh, right on. Are you playing that on Xbox?
Yep, on Xbox. Yeah, I played through all of the episodes of the first one, I want to say last year, and I really enjoyed it. I thought Max was a great character. I thought the time mechanic was awesome. And I also like story games, like I said. When Before the Storm was announced and they announced that it was a prequel about Chloe, who is Max's friend, I was very skeptical of it because in the first game, I did not care about Chloe. I thought
I didn't care for Chloe either.
she was a lot more trouble than she was worth. There was no real. She just sounded like a brat that was going through hard times. Which, if you know anything about the story, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but she has a rough time because of certain things happening, and you get that, but God, she was so annoying. I did not care for her at all in the first one. This one, though, the prequel, is actually kind of interesting. I'm a lot more interested in Chloe than I ever was during the first Life is Strange, and they're going into her relationship with a friend pretty well, I think. I'm excited to finish that up, but I recommend it. I'd give it a try if you like the first one. Anyone who hasn't played the first one, definitely try it because it is great.
Did you get the game on sale? Was it on sale recently?
I want to say I bought it during a New Year's sale.
Okay, yeah, because I definitely want to pick it up. I think I'll play this one on PS4 just because I played the first one there.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, when the first one came out, I didn't think I would like it at all, so I didn't pick it up just because I don't know, like what 25-year-old man thinks that they're gonna enjoy a game about a teenage girl, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It was a free game on PlayStation Plus. I want to say 8 months ago or so, 8 months to a year ago. So I picked it up and I eventually played it, and it's really good. It is a really good game. I did not think I'd like it, but it's good.
I want to say the first episode is free for the first game. And that's how I picked it up, was playing it there. And I just got really interested in it. So definitely give it a try if you get the chance.
Yeah, I definitely will. Speaking of PlayStation 4, we'll have there's some news about PlayStation Plus games. I don't know if you put that in here, but I'll look it up and add it. But anyway,
I remember Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank are PS Plus games.
Yeah, they're the PS4 Plus games. I guess we'll just start going into news now. Yeah, so PS Plus games for March are Ratchet and Clank and Bloodborne, which are two of, like, I guess, some of the best games that have come out in the past few years.
Yeah, PS4. They're both very popular.
But yeah, in other news, they also announced that as of, I think it's February, or I can't remember, February or March 2019, there's only going to be 2 games for PlayStation Plus every month, and they're only going to be PS4 games. So there's going to be no more Vita games and no more PS3 games.
Okay.
It's kind of sad, but at the same time, like you had to have seen it coming, right?
Yeah, sooner or later it's got to happen. Xbox gets away with this because they have backwards compatibility, so they can just keep bringing them back. And like they said, all 360 games that come the games with gold will come to Xbox One backwards compatibility. So they can just keep pumping those out as much as they want. Where PlayStation is like, there's no real point to keep bringing back these older games.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I would agree with that. But we also, me and you, we got to find out if you can game share on PlayStation because I'm thinking of picking up Horizon Zero Dawn because it's on sale right now,
Mm,
and I know you'd want to try that out as well.
I do plan on trying it.
So I don't know. Maybe tonight I'll do some research and I'll send you a text with my login info and we'll try it out
Okay.
this weekend.
All right. So let's get into some news from last week. A Burnout Paradise remaster is being made. This is by Matthew Cato of Game Informer. Now EA and the developer are bringing a remastered version of the game to PS4 and Xbox One on March 16th for $40. The game is also coming to PC, but that won't be until sometime later this year. This version includes the normal graphical upgrade, all 8 add-on game packs, as well as 4K and 60 frames per second support on PS4 and Xbox One. So
that says PS4 Pro and Xbox One. Is that Xbox One X, I'm assuming? For the 4K?
I copied it right out of there, so I don't think I missed the X.
That's interesting. So
it's probably a typo on their part. It's
okay.
Most likely it's X.
Okay, yeah. Did you ever play Burnout Paradise?
Yep, I love Burnout. Paradise. Seeing this was kind of disappointing to me. I was really hoping for a Burnout 3 or Revenge remaster instead. Paradise is the open world one, and it's okay. I think those other games are so much better. They take out crash mode in Paradise, and it's open world, and it's okay. I mean, you can play it on Xbox One via backwards compatibility too. So really, I see no reason to buy this for me.
I mean, and Burnout Paradise, I believe, was a game with gold a few months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So I have it there. I don't know if I'm going to pick this up, but I've never played Burnout Paradise or any of the Burnout games for that matter. I might have played maybe an hour of Burnout Paradise at a friend's house one time, but the soundtrack to that game I remember being really cool, especially when you boot up the main menu and it's just playing Paradise City.
Yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
That's the thing, though. It plays that song so much. It gets
really.
It does. It plays so much.
That's a buzzkill.
Yeah. It got so bad that I had to turn down my volume because I was like, I love Guns N' Roses, but God, I need to stop.
I mean, another good thing with the remasters, they're keeping all the original soundtrack. I saw that online, which is really good.
Oh, are they? Man,
yeah,
that is kind of cool. Keeping those licenses are hard for developers. I mean, look at Crazy Taxi; they lost all of their original music.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Moving on. Mario Odyssey free update is available now. After finishing the main story, Luigi's Balloon World becomes available. The update also brings new costumes. Have you played this?
I keep meaning to, but I haven't yet. What you do is you find Luigi. He's standing in the same spot, and in every world he's standing in a spot. And you go to him, and he'll ask you, do you want to hide a balloon or do you want to find a balloon? And you get 30 seconds to just go wherever you can in the world and hide the balloon. And just random people around the world will get a chance to try and find your balloon in 30 seconds. And if they don't, I think you get coins. Or if they do, you get coins. I can't. No, I think it's if you don't. If so many people don't, you get more coins or something like that. Sounds like a pretty fun thing, and it's free. Like I said, I definitely want to try it. Just because it's so fun, getting to different places in Mario Odyssey that you wouldn't really think to go in the first place.
Yeah, I still need to play Mario Odyssey. My girlfriend beat it. She said she tried to play this, but she doesn't have a Nintendo Online account, so it wouldn't let her, and she didn't want to try and figure out how to make one.
Gotcha.
But maybe I'll get her to do that this weekend so we can try it out. But yeah, I still got to play through this game. speaking of another game I played was Zelda. I forgot to bring that up. I'm like at the very end of the game. I beat all the divine beasts. I just went and got the master sword. So yeah, I should beat that soon. I hope within the next week.
Nice.
I just want to beat the story just so I get it over with. I'm sure I'll go back to it at some point in the future and do a bunch of extra stuff, but I don't know. I enjoyed the game. I think it's really cool. I just feel like it deserves me finishing the game, the actual story.
For sure. It's a great game. Finish it.
Yep. Moving on, Monster Hunter World and Dragon Ball FighterZ are or Fighters. Sorry, I always mess that up. Are January's best-selling games. The top 10 of the month. At number 1, we have Monster Hunter World. Number 2, Dragon Ball FighterZ. God damn it, I keep messing that up. Number 2, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Number 3, Call of Duty World War II, which isn't very surprising. Number 4 is PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Number 5, Grand Theft Auto 5. Who knew? Number 6, NBA 2K18. Number 7, Super Mario Odyssey. 8, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 9, Mario Kart 8. And 10, Madden NFL 18. So the only reason Madden's on here is because it was on sale right around the Super Bowl time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's why you bought it, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like $15.
Yeah.
I put all this on here because I thought it was really interesting. Of course, Monster Hunter World and Dragon Ball FighterZ were the two big games that come out in January. Like they were the only big games, so it's not really surprising to see them up there that high. Although I did see that Monster Hunter World is Capcom's fastest selling game ever, which is pretty interesting.
I mean, I think that's mainly interesting to see what Capcom's going to do in the future, because Capcom, like I feel like they don't come out with many major games on consoles. You know what I mean?
Like they just do a lot of re-releases.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, if they come out with like a new game on consoles more often, maybe they'll see that more people will buy them. But who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, Call of Duty, World War II was more popular than Infinite Warfare was the previous year. So it's Call of Duty. It's always going to be up there.
Hold on. Back on the Call of Duty topic. When are we going to be able to buy Modern Warfare Remastered on its own? Can you do that?
We already are.
You can? How much is it? Is it like $40 or something stupid?
I think it's 30.
Yeah, still not worth it to me. Make it $20 and I'll buy it. Come on.
It could be 20, but I think it's 30. Yeah, it's I don't know. I've got it and I'm like, eh. I remember playing it a decade ago. I don't think I need to go back to it. It's fun still and it's great. But I mean, it's a game I've already played. PUBG, I mean, that's been the biggest game of the last year. Grand Theft Auto 5 is just a juggernaut of a game.
Unstoppable.
I mean, how it's getting to the point where I'm wondering how it's still on this list. Like, who doesn't have it now?
Yeah. Who is still buying this game?
Right? Like, are people just
rebuying it?
Are they breaking their disc and then going and buying another one? Like, what is this? This is insane.
It literally makes absolutely no sense to me at all.
But it's also good to see Mario Odyssey, Zelda, and Mario Kart 8 on there. All 3 Switch exclusives being on the top 10 list. That's cool. I want to see the Switch succeed, and so far it's done great.
Yeah, I definitely think Nintendo, because everybody was saying before the Switch that the Switch was a do or die kind of. That maybe they had one more console in them to see if they would succeed or not. But
there was always those questions of should they just become a game developer like Sega and just develop for Microsoft and Sony. Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't though, because now we have an interesting dynamic
so
here.
Good.
Because the Switch just outsets itself from the other two consoles. It's portable, so it's just a completely different ball game, I guess. It's in its own league.
For sure.
Moving on. Dragon Ball FighterZ. Got it right that time. First DLC characters announced. Timur Hussein of GameSpot writes, Bandai Namco has released a couple of very short teasers for Broly. Is it Broly?
Broly.
For Broly and Bardock, the first DLC fighters for Dragon Ball FighterZ. There's no combat gameplay, but we do see the legendary Super Saiyan and the father of Goku gearing up for a fight. All right. There's more characters coming. I mean, we all knew that there was going to be a bunch of DLC for this game. It was just a matter of who, right?
Yeah. You're not much of a Dragon Ball fan, are you?
I used to watch when I was younger, but honestly, I don't remember the plot or anything now. It was all when I was way younger, like 7 or 8 years old.
Gotcha. Broly is the legendary Super Saiyan. His connection to Goku is that they were both babies, and Goku, when he was a baby, like cried a lot and kept Broly up, and now he has this personal vendetta against Goku that he's had for however long. This has been like 30 years, and he wants to destroy Goku. He's got huge temper problems. And then Bardock is Goku's dad, who was killed by Frieza when Frieza destroyed the entire Saiyan planet, Vegeta. So, yeah, I mean, it's cool. They're likable characters. They're interesting. I always love Super Saiyans. More Super Saiyans. Bardock goes Super Saiyan. Of course, Broly does too. I'm excited to see how they play. Moving on, for the last news piece from last week, Trump last week was blaming video games for school shootings. This is a quote from a meeting they had or something. We have to look at the internet because a lot of bad things are happening to young kids and young minds, and their minds are being formed, and we have to do something about maybe what they're seeing and how they're seeing it. And also video games. I'm hearing more and more people say the level of violence on video games is really shaping young people's thoughts. And you go one further step, and that's the movies. You see these movies, and they're so violent. A kid is able to see the movie if sex isn't involved, but killing is involved. And maybe we need to put a rating system for that. So, yeah, let's be sure and get a rating system like the ESRB that's been in place for over 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's so dumb that he would make this comment because, I mean, obviously there are some very, very violent video games and like really violent stuff in games. It's just a matter of, people not letting their, like, obviously I'm not going to let like a 3-year-old kid, say I have a son, I'm not going to let him, like, you're not going to let your daughter play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 right now. See, exactly. Like, it's just a matter of the parents being able to recognize that. Like, you're not going to give your kid Grand Theft Auto 5 before they're like mature enough to understand that it's a video game and understand that what's happening in the game isn't necessarily right.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I completely agree. I hate getting political, but this had to do with video games, so I decided to put it in here. I hate this argument. This argument comes up so much. Oh, video games are the cause of all these shootings and everything. No, your kids are being bullied and tortured at school and then they have access to guns. I mean, this is what it is. I hate when people start blaming a medium for this. It's so stupid.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the same thing can be said about movies too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily just video games, but it is such a dumb argument, and
it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just hope that this doesn't hurt video games in the future going forward.
I don't think it will, because I don't really know who even takes Trump seriously. I don't, but
yeah, neither do I.
Okay.
Moving on. So some news from this week. Which this was just announced today, wasn't it?
Yep.
Overwatch's new hero hits PTR, which is the public test realm, right? Yep. That's what it's called. Okay. Bridget is a support with
actually it's Brigitta.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
That's Swedish.
Okay. So
you want me to take this?
No, I got it. Okay. Bridget is a support with tank capabilities. Lore-wise, she is the youngest daughter of Torbjorn, and Reinhardt is her godfather. That's interesting. She used to follow Reinhardt into battle, being there to repair his armor, and until she decided to help join the fight. Her description on playoverwatch.com reads, Brigitte. Yep. Is that right? Okay.
Brigitta.
Yeah, that's going to be weird. I'm never going to get used to that because it's spelled weird. Brigitta specializes in armor. She can throw repair packs to heal teammates or automatically heal nearby allies when she damages foes with her flail. Her flail is capable of a wide swing to strike multiple targets, or a whip shot that stuns an enemy at range. When entering the fray, Barrier Shield provides personal defense while she attacks enemies with Shield Bash. Brigitta's ultimate ability, Rally, gives her a sustainable short-term boost of speed and provides long-lasting armor to all her nearby allies. I saw that the Overwatch Twitter account was kind of hinting at a new hero coming soon, like over the past week.
Yep, they've over the past 3 or 4 days, they've been putting out little teasers. Someone went on the forums and asked for a hint about the next hero, I want to say last Friday, and Jeff Kaplan got on there. He's like, okay, here you go. And it was like a mission log of a past mission where it was Anna Amari writing about how Reinhardt actually saved Torbjorn. And we find out that this is the accident, or this is the instance where Torbjorn lost his arm. And if Reinhardt had not intervened, Torbjorn probably would have lost his life. And then it went on to show a letter from Torbjorn to his wife, who said that he was, after this incident, he had told Reinhardt that he would like him to be his newest daughter's godfather, and that Reinhardt could name the daughter. So he named it her, actually, it's not Brigitta, it's Brigitta.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because Brigitta implies that there's an E there, but there's an I.
Yeah, it's Brigitta. That's it. Interesting story. I love the Overwatch backstory. But so gameplay wise, she is a support who has a lot of tank tendencies. So she can heal enemies while doing damage to others. Her ult is kind of like a mixture of Molten Core and Transcendence, which is Zenyatta's ult, where anyone around her area will just be filled with armor, which just doesn't go away after it's done. It has to take damage for it to go away. She gets a speed boost. She seems like a really interesting character. I haven't gotten a chance to play her on the PTR yet, but a lot of people are saying that they're enjoying playing her, and I think she's going to be a big shakeup to the game.
Yeah, it's really cool. One of the things I wish that they would do in Overwatch is finally come out with a story. And I know that that's kind of rumored right now that they're going to have a story mode because of, I guess they've made some hirings over there recently for. They're
hiring story writers.
Yeah, which I think is really cool because they come up with all these background stories that I see. You know, when they come out with new characters, like for instance, this is a really good background story. I wish that they would, you know, like what if that's how they introduced her? It's like, okay, before you can play with her online, you would have to play through, you know, this small mission that tells the story about why she exists or something like that.
Yeah. I love the story. Their cinematic shorts are amazing.
Yeah, they're so good. And that's another thing is like those cinematic shorts are good, but like why have they not just put that in the game yet and make
I know there has been talk about them. They want to make a movie. I would personally rather see a series, but they want to make a movie about it.
Yeah, I think I'd rather see a series where it shows kind of a vignette of each character and their backstory, and then at the end shows how they're all related in a way.
Yeah.
Like whether it be that they're like, you know, enemies or allies, you know, who knows?
Yeah. I'm always excited for more Overwatch. Another hero is great. I was surprised to see another support so soon since Moira came out in November and she's a support. But this is great news, and she looks great, and I'm excited to play her.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more story to be told in Overwatch.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Forza is how you're supposed to say it. Horizon, Witcher 2, Crackdown, and Fable Anniversary get the Xbox One X enhancement treatment. Imran Khan of Game Informer says, additionally, Xbox One X enhanced backwards compatible games now have a menu toggle for how exactly you want them enhanced. Players can choose between graphics or performance. In case you dig the older graphics, you want a higher frame rate, or think the game ran fine but want it looking better, you can access this menu by popping open the Xbox 360 guide and heading to the Xbox One X settings tab. One unfortunate note is that despite Forza Horizon being backwards compatible and Xbox One X enhanced, it's not actually possible to buy the DLC or the game itself. likely due to expired licenses. The only way to play the game on the Xbox One is to own the physical disc. This is cool. I haven't messed with the enhancements yet or anything, but they're giving players the choice. Do you want better frame rate with the original graphics? Do you want better graphics? That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting as well. I think it's really cool that they're giving Xbox One X enhancements to old games as well, like the 360 games here. Like that's a huge fan service thing for them to do. Like the fact that they're offering backwards compatibility at all is pretty amazing. And now that they're giving you the option to enhance those games if you have the premium console, that's really cool.
Yeah, they're just going above and beyond like anyone's expectations. Like when the Xbox One X was announced, we're like, okay, it's just all new games. But yeah, no, going back and re-updating these older games, like I think all of the Halo games are getting updated. I know there's a couple Assassin's Creed games, I think. Forza here. Like this is awesome, and it's really good to see.
Yeah, going back to the ability to be able to choose whether it's favoring frame rate or graphics, some newer games are doing that as well. Like, I don't know if you've booted up Monster Hunter World since you've gotten your X.
I haven't.
But it'll give you the option to select if you want it to favor the frame rate or the graphics. And honestly, I think that's a game where you want the frame rate to be favored. But that's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's
already looks amazing.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome option.
It is. Giving the players more choice is never a bad thing, especially with something like this.
Never.
All right, moving on. A PS4 demo for Yakuza 6 pulled because the full game is playable. This is the latest update from Chris Pereira of GameSpot. Sega has now confirmed that it did indeed pull the demo because players were able to access more than intended. We apologize, but have had to remove the Yakuza 6 The Song of Life demo from the PS Store, it said on Twitter. We are as upset as you are and had hoped to have this demo available for everyone today. We discovered that some were able to use the demo to unlock the full game. We're looking into the nature of the issue. Thank you for your patience. This doesn't affect me at all because I've never played Yakuza. I know Monique from that video game blog. She loves Yakuza, so I actually kind of want to get a hold of her and see what she has to say about it. But this is kind of a funny thing to me.
Yeah, I don't know if they were. I think that they were able to unlock the full game, but I think it only let them play through the first chapter.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, when I was reading this, it said that the download size for the game was huge. It was like 36 gigs.
Yeah, 30-something.
That was because it was downloading all of the game, and then it was just supposed to lock off. Which is, why would you set it up like that? Just, I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. But okay, I'm not a developer.
Yeah, but also, like, it was unlocking the trophies for people. Like, that's how broken that was, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. I wonder if there was like any like spoilers or anything out there or anything, because that would suck.
Oh, I can almost guarantee you people have posted spoilers already.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which is unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, it's just exploiting the system. I'm sure they're going to find a way to delete this or make it unplayable on everybody's PS4 if they haven't already. But who knows? Maybe there are people that are still able to play the full game.
Yeah, I don't know if they've already downloaded it, and I mean, I guess it depends on if the game needs an internet connection. Like, they could just download it, disconnect from the internet, and play through the whole thing if it doesn't need an internet connection.
Yeah, this is true. Who knows? I mean, it doesn't affect me at all because I've never played a Yakuza game just like you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if this were like Halo 6 or something, this would be big news.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like if this were a major,
it doesn't affect me, but I definitely feel for the people that are into this series.
Yeah, same here. Moving on, Horizon Zero Dawn sells 7.6 million copies, setting new PS4 record. We had huge ambition for Horizon Zero Dawn, and as we approached the launch, we knew people were excited, but to see sales of this volume is truly mind-blowing, Guerrilla Games boss Herman Holst said in a statement. This is pretty huge. I mean, like, I knew that it sold a lot. I had no idea how many, but this game, is kind of a monster. Like
It is.
it's it literally just immediately just made its mark in the PlayStation 4 ecosystem in terms of their exclusive games, and it's definitely not going anywhere. We can expect to see more of them. But I mean, at the same time, Guerrilla Games also made Killzone, so who knows? Maybe who knows if Killzone is ever coming back, or if all their focus is on Horizon Zero Dawn now, or the Horizon series in general, not necessarily Zero Dawn. But yeah, this game's on sale right now for like $35 for the complete edition on PS4, and I'm thinking of picking it up. So if I do, we will definitely have to figure out about game sharing PlayStation, so you can try it out as well.
Yeah, it's definitely on my list of games to play. It was there were a lot of people that actually had it as their game of the year. Of course I didn't play it last year, so I couldn't make that decision. Zelda was mine, but it's from what I hear from everyone, it's a great game, and I'm really excited for Guerrilla Games and for them. Like this 7.6, that's a huge number. Like even over a year. I think I saw that it came out like just a couple days ago last year.
No,
Over a year.
it was sorry, it was the beginning of March, I believe, or was
Okay,
it end
so
of
we're
February?
getting close to its birthday.
Yeah,
That's just 7.6 million is huge,
I,
especially for an exclusive game.
I'm really excited for the precedent this sets because Guerrilla Games was known for first person shooters, in Killzone, and they decided what, we're gonna try something else. So I'm excited to see, maybe there are developers who I don't know, like this is just a random example. Say 343 decides, what, like we're kind of tired of making first person shooters. We want to take a few years off and work on something else.
That would be
You know,
good, especially
we
for Microsoft with how little uh
yeah,
franchises
diversity.
they have.
Yeah, and like this just sets a great precedent. Maybe more companies are going to take a chance on a developer. You know what I mean? First party wise.
Yeah, that would
Hey,
be
all right, we'll fund this other project just because we saw how well Horizon did, because obviously they were passionate about that project at the time, and maybe in the future we'll come back to it or go back to what you were doing previously. Like it just makes a weird gap here now where Horizon Zero Dawn is such a good game, but it's not Killzone, and I know a lot of people really love the Killzone series as well.
Mhm.
So I'm curious to see what happens if they split the team in two, or what's going to happen there, or if they're just going to alternate games every 3-4 years, which I don't think is a good idea. Because
No.
I personally think that my personal opinion is that they should stick with Horizon just because it sets itself apart from the other games. Like there's 100 first person shooters that come out all the time.
Yeah. No, I would be very surprised to ever see another Killzone game, at least made by Guerrilla Games. They have to go all in on Horizon now. I know Killzone is a popular series. I want to say, though, the last one didn't do too well. I've
Yeah,
never
I
played them,
think you're right.
but I would say Killzone's pretty dead after this kind of success. There's
I don't think Killzone's dead. I think that Guerrilla Games is done making
Yeah,
Killzone
Guerrilla. There's no way I see Guerrilla
because
touching it.
I feel like that genre, first person shooter, can be made by any studio that's
Yeah,
passionate about first person shooters. So I just see them passing that IP on to another studio with maybe some guidance from Guerrilla Games
for sure.
in some
I
way.
could definitely see that. I still don't see it as being very likely though. But there's no way Guerrilla Games ever touches Killzone again.
Okay, moving on. Judge orders teen to stop playing violent video games. Ethan Gatch, I
I
don't know.
don't.
Ethan Gatch of Kotaku writes, earlier this week, a student in Lake Park High School in the suburbs of Chicago, heyo, that's where I'm from, was arrested for threatening to commit a school shooting on social media. At his hearing, a judge yesterday ordered the teen to forfeit his smartphone to his parents and stop playing violent video games. According to a report by the Chicago Tribune, the 16-year-old sophomore, whose name has not been released because he's a minor, put out a video on Snapchat in which he was playing a video game and said, "Y'all need to shut up about school shootings or I'll do one." A fellow student alerted police, who then arrested him on Monday and kept him overnight at a juvenile facility. Yesterday, the teen appeared in DuPage County Juvenile Court charged with felony disorderly conduct. There, Judge Robert Anderson ordered him placed under indefinite home detention and for his parents to hold on to his smartphone. More oddly, the judge also ordered him to stop playing violent video games during this period. This is kind of bizarre to hear.
It's very bizarre. Um, yeah, this uh
All this says to me, like that whole video game part, is that this judge like heard about the Trump comment last week.
he's also
And
overstepping his boundaries.
yeah, exactly.
This is something that needs to be taken care of with the family. The parents need to be doing this, not a judge. I it's again, this is a stupid conversation that violent video games cause violence and everything, but this is on the parents. Like and I remember reading that the kid was trying to defend himself, saying that it was a stupid joke, which I get. He's 16 years old. Kids do a lot of stupid things like that, especially when online gaming. And who knows, like the kid that reported him could have just been doing it to like mess with him as well. Like he probably knew it was a joke and everything. I'm not trying to defend the kid or anything. Like that's a stupid thing to say. You never just don't joke about that kind of stuff. Be smart about what you're posting online and everything. It's so annoying. But yeah, stupid kids.
Yeah, I mean, kids obviously make mistakes a lot, but who knows? Who's to say whether this would have won anywhere or not? It's just a matter of the judge is definitely overstepping his bounds here. Like, I don't think he should be telling the parents what to do, by telling him not to play video games.
Yeah, and the smartphone thing. Yeah, the judge is grounding him pretty much. You have to stay at home and you can't play with your video games or your phone. Like that's stupid. I get the home detention thing. That makes complete sense to me. Like,
yeah, but the rest is
no, you don't want him around there. No, yeah, get the fuck out of here, kid. But yeah, I don't know what I would do if like imagine I got pulled over for speeding and then the cop was like, now you go home and you're not allowed to drive for a week. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. Okay. So the last news article for the week, the ESRB will add in-game purchases label to games. Jason Schreier of Kotaku writes, as pressure from pundits and politicians mount, the Entertainment Software Rating Board, or ESRB as we know it, said today that it will start adding the in-game purchases label to any game that lets you pay real money for digital goods. The label will apply to bonus levels, skins. The label will apply to bonus levels, skins, surprise items such as item packs, loot boxes, mystery awards, music, virtual coins, and other forms of in-game currency, subscriptions, season passes, and upgrades. Example, to disable ads. The ESRB said this morning in a press release. I mean, this is just the ESRB responding in some way. I mean, this isn't a huge news, I don't think.
No.
In my opinion. It's just them doing something so that people know that they're, obviously this could change, in a few months. I think that the in-game purchases thing is going to stay. It's here to stay forever.
Yeah.
But if the ESRB wants to step in more, I think they still can. And honestly, they might be looking into more, but this is a good start, I think.
When I first read this, I thought, okay, this is cool. But as I read into it more, this isn't really doing much. This is just so they could say that they tried something to me.
Yeah. This is to cover their ass.
Yeah, that's just them saying, hey, we're making an effort. Because, this is nothing. Like, every single game has DLC now. Like, almost every single game will have this label on there, and it's not going to do much, or it's not going to do anything.
All this does, in my opinion, is make it so somebody can't sue the ESRB when their kid racks up $3,000 in charges on Fortnite or something stupid.
Yeah, no, yeah. So they could say, hey, we put this on the label. Everyone knows it. They're like, but yeah, they're going to post this on almost every single game because it covers everything. Like just DLC, your microtransactions, like all of that is
Mhm.
covered on here. It's such a wide-reaching thing, and it's just this doesn't solve anything.
I mean, yeah, for now, this is the ESRB just responding in a way that makes it so that people know that they're looking into it and also covers their ass if anybody tries to sue them in the future.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what would you like to see him like actually do to like get these predatory games like down.
Man, I don't even know, man. I don't know if there's I don't think there's a right answer to this, to be honest. I think no matter what they do, somebody's gonna get
like,
mad.
could you like try and put a limit on the amount that people could spend in a game? Like
I don't,
don't
maybe
have a microtransaction worth $50 or $100. Like here, real quick, I was at work last night and I checked my email on my phone, and for some reason I got a receipt from Microsoft from 2 weeks ago that my brother had actually gotten on Minecraft and bought $50 worth of the coins on there.
what?
It took them 2 weeks to send me a receipt. So I found out yesterday that my brother 2 weeks ago spent $50 of my money. I was like, what is this? So
Yeah,
that's what I'm actually
that's
doing with
that's
the
really messed up.
microtransaction stuff. But God, it like $50 for virtual coins. Like, no, that's crap. Like, limit that. Like, make the most that you can spend, like 20. Like, I think that's a start at least. It doesn't solve every problem, but it's at least a start.
Yeah, what do you even use in-game currency in Minecraft for? Is it like skins and stuff?
They brought out realms, and you can buy skins and worlds that people made.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Minecraft nowadays, so that's why I'm at. I mean, this is a good start by the ESRB, but honestly, I think that no matter what they do, there's going to be a group of people that doesn't like it. Whether that's me or not, I don't know, but I don't think there necessarily is a right answer within this.
I think it more has to do with limiting the developers and the publishers than limiting the customer.
Yeah, that could be the case.
I think they need to take a better look at EA, like EA as an example. Like, they had their big issues with add-ons last year, and they just need to take a look at like setting a precedent, and then like setting a code for companies to abide by with these microtransactions and everything.
Yeah, I mean, somewhere maybe there's an answer, but either way, somebody's still going to be mad, like I was saying.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I mean, all that matters is we all know that something needs to change. It's just a matter of what is kind of still up in the air.
I got you.
Okay, and that brings us to the end of episode 29 of the Pixel Street Podcast. As always, I'm Joel Campos. You can find me on Twitter at Campos63, my YouTube channel at Almost Random, which is where you can be watching the show live right now. We typically record Thursday nights at 9 p.m. These past 2 weeks have been hectic, so we're recording on a Wednesday this week. The audio podcast will be up Monday mornings, usually Sunday nights, on your podcast platform of choice. You can find some of my writing over on thatvideogameblog.com as well as John's. And check out That Video Game Blog YouTube channel, That Video Game Vlog with a V. John, where can we find you?
Before we go into my stuff, since you brought up the vlogs YouTube, we need to put up some more stuff on there. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. I put up my typically if I do a let's play for my channel, I just reskin it and stuff and put it up on That Video Game Blog one. Just because that's a smaller channel, but I feel like we just need more content up there.
I did have an idea for a video I wanted to put on the blogs channel, but we need to, maybe that's something we can include in the future if we get anyone watching. They can recommend a game for us to put on there to talk about or something. But on Twitter, I am at Revex Shadows. Like I said earlier, you can check out my YouTube channel, which is also Revex Shadows, where I'm putting up videos of me and my daughter playing snipper clips. I also will have a video for Sea of Thieves, hopefully up within the next week. And other than that, yeah, like Joel said, check out That Video Game Blog, where you can find me, Joel, and a bunch of other people from around the world. There's a lot of good conversations going on there. It's a great time. And check out Facebook for the Pixel Street Podcast.
Oh yeah, we do have a Facebook page now, the Pixel Street Podcast on Facebook. We typically post there when we're going live with the show and give kind of a heads up of when we will be recording. And if there's any technical difficulties, you'll see us next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard. Until next time.